Super excited today. I received in the mail a couple of really nice Dynaco components that I had been chatting with a gentleman out in New Brunswick, and he was nice enough to sell me a couple of these components here that you see. It's a Dynaco ST150 amplifier and the PAT-5 preamplifier. Received it in a big, huge box, well packed in all kinds of bubble wrap, so it was in really, really terrific shape when I got it. These things, of course, are old units, and I'm really excited about the condition of these things. The faces on them are just absolutely beautiful. This one has a few scratches on this, which is consistent with almost every one I've seen, but the beauty is this thing pops out and they're really easy to replace, and I'm actually thinking of putting in a wood inlay insert, and do some really neat Art Deco kind of design on the front and have it all finished off in wood. I upgraded one of these amplifiers not too long ago for a gentleman in Vancouver, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on I'm going to see if I can copy his wood sides for his amplifier, which makes it really look nice and really pops. And maybe do it in walnut or something like that. And maybe have a matching wood panel there with the Dynaco emblazoned or embossed in the wood panel. Maybe use a wood burning tool or something like that to etch the graphic in there. But anyway, I'm going to play with some ideas. So I've received the goods here, and this is my first chance at really setting it up and having a listen. So I have no idea what I'm going to find here. So what I've done is I've got a Bluetooth receiver here. I didn't want to go through hooking up a CD player. I'm just test benching it right now anyway. And I've got this high resolution Sony FLAC player here. So I've got a bunch of FLAC files and everything on here. And it talks to the receiver. The receiver goes into the spare or auxiliary, you'd probably call it on most Japanese amplifiers, preamplifiers. So it's called spare on Dynaco for whatever reason. I'm not using the AB speaker jacks because I'm just going line out to the amplifier to the speakers, which I've got some lovely Pioneer HPM 40s. And I also have these really nice Dynaco A25s that I just put brand new veneer on them, maple veneer, and used a red chestnut stain. So I've got them all. It's a second coat right now of Varathane on top of the red chestnut stain. So that'll be the matching speakers for the system. I also have this Dynaco 120 that I completely updated with an Update My Dynaco complete rebuild kit. And that thing really, really, really sounds nice. And of course you can see I put in all new banana jacks. I started to do similar here. I received it, and before I plugged everything in, I noticed a couple of loose jacks in the back here. So rather than putz around, I put some, just put a few test banana sockets on here, and then I'm going to probably do likewise for the whole back and get it looking nice and skookum before I do all of the upgrades here. This is really just more an exercise in futility, but I just wanted to hear how it sounded as a baseline. So I just plugged it in, and this is going to be the first power on since I received it and since I unpacked it, and I did some, looked under the hood basically on the test bench there. So let's turn some power on. So that power switch on the PAT-5, what's unique about the PAT-5 is as soon as you plug it in, it's got power to the preamplifier. This power switch is not the power switch to the preamp, which is kind of stupid, but that's what they did back in the day. All this really does is activate the switched socket on the back. So what I've got is the amplifier is plugged into the switched power socket on the back of this. So by switching that up, all I'm really doing is applying power to the amplifier. And of course I've got the switch off right now. So I'll turn it on and we should get a light here to indicate that we've got power. I think it's blue, but I think the insert's missing there. Let's have a look here. Oh, so we got power. So yeah, it's showing white. I believe there's supposed to be a white panel on the back there to make it look blue or whatever. So I'm hearing a little music. I think what I'm going to end up doing is change out this potentiometer and put an Alps in it, because even at lowest volume you can still hear a bit of sound. That's very common with these old Dynaco preamps. If I put an Alps one in there, I've done it on the previous PAT-5 that I rebuilt, and you'll basically get silence when it goes down to bottom, but you can actually hear a very small amount of music. But listen to that, sounding good after traveling several thousand kilometers in this big box over here. So there's my speaker boxes being just drying. But how nice is that? Sounds really good. So the question in my mind is, do I even really need to upgrade it? Of course I will, but it really sounds good. So, balance is working. So tone controls are bypassed right now. Bass is working. Treble is working. I also put D5 deoxit in all the controls here just to make sure they wouldn't be. I didn't do these ones yet. I still got to clean those ones up. Low filter. Oh, we got a noisy switch there that I got to clean. Not a big deal. Those ones are clean. Tape loop ones are clean, but I'll still clean those yet. Wow, does that ever sound nice? So happy. And when I get these babies going in another couple of days, I can't wait to hear how they sound on this system. So now I got to start ordering the upgrade parts for the amp. I wanted to make sure I had the right boards and everything in before I started ordering parts for it. So, thank you for watching. This is the beginning of another journey into upgrading some Dynacos, and I look forward to it. Thank you for watching.